RC here. We're back with another Survival Saturday. So now I'm back in my shelter. It's midday, and I want to focus on getting a bed set up. I want to get off the ground. As the winter comes, it's going to get colder, and it's better to get off the ground. So I went and got a cot. So this is the disco bed. Comes in 2 pieces because it's a bunk bed that turns into a couch. How awesome is that? So I'm really excited to show setup and see how it works. Next couple items I got for the ration. I'll be eating a French RCIR provided to me by JackOfTrades, so special thanks to him. Menu 14. We'll be digging in that probably lunch, dinner, then breakfast tomorrow. Be starting my fires with the Dub-C fire starter kit. Excited to show the contents off of this. And then I'll also be testing out this nutrient survival immune booster. Kind of see what that's all about. So it's going to be a busy weekend, lots of stuff to get done. And I'll also show the, I did a couple repairs to the roof because a branch actually came through. I'll show that off, and then some stuff I got to do to the wood stove for maintenance. So let's get started. As you've seen in the pictures, I had a puncture here and here. And I used the T-Rex waterproof tape. It's pretty thick and durable, and you can apply it when wet if you needed to. But I'm going to be putting it under the test tonight because it's supposed to rain, and we'll see if it leaks. Before lunch, I want to work on the wood stove, get that going in case I want to get a fire because it's starting to get cold. So a couple things I got to do. First, I did modify a spatula, so I just duct taped the holes so I could clean out the bottom. I got to do that, and there's a screw in here that I want to repair in the back. It's like coming up. And then the grill on the bottom portion is actually bent down, so all the coals are resting in the bottom and not evenly. So when I have a chance of losing my fire because I'll put wood in and it'll fall on sides. Need hot coals across the whole thing, so I'm gonna try and bend that up. And then for cleaning it out, like I said, I modified the spatula so I can just shovel it out and place it in this bowl right here and get all the ashes out. I got the ashes cleaned out in the bottom, but this is what I'm talking about. See how this is kind of bowled down? I got to push that up and even it out so it's flat instead of kind of bent down. I'm hoping once I bend it up, it can stay that way. Okay, I got the grate all flattened out. The coals should be more even across the bottom. It's not quite perfect, but it'll work a lot better. I wasn't able to get that screw down, so I'll have to repair that at a different time. But now it's time to bust in that RCIR. See what we got for lunch. Okay, we have the RCIR, French Individual Reheatable Combat Ration, menu number 14. There's all the ingredients. I see it's looks like it's good till June 2021. And then the kind of goes through all the writing on there, all the nutrients. Very cool packaging on the front. Comes in a clear plastic bag. Had one of these inside, but I did not do one outside yet. So excited to try out the stove and stuff. So once you get the plastic off, there's actually a tear notch, and you just pull this kind of twice on both sides, and you can open it up. It should pop up right here. And once you get it unsealed, kind of open it up, and they're packed very neatly. And you kind of just go through and see what we got. So right off the bat, I'm extremely excited for that for breakfast because I see strawberries. So it looks like a strawberry muesli. We have our drink packet. We'll go through that in a minute. We got some soup. Got some plum jam. And this is looks like very well stored. Everything's looking really nice. We got a citron, like a lemon lime mint. Pack of napkins, which are very handy out here. Like a coffee energy bar. A pate de fruit. It's one of the fruit bars. This is probably a pate or a fish, like a mackerel or something. We'll have to look at the front. It looks like this is the dessert. So this is a tuna fish in a pickled sauce. So that doesn't sound too bad. And this is like a milky dessert. That's what they're calling it. Then you get your biscuits, which you got 3 varieties. Some more bars. Lots of bars come in here. Looks like we got a apricot energy bar. Here's a nougat with fruit. And then the chocolate, 60%. This is the reheating kit, or heating kit. And it comes with a lot of great items. So I'll be busting that out in just a moment. Then we have one of the mains. So the first one is a beef salad, which you can eat cold. It says eat it cold, but I always like to warm them up. And then this is pork cheek ravioli. So really excited to try that one out for dinner. More things to go through. So we have our accessory or drink kit. And it comes with, looks like 2 coffees, some tea, and then some mint tea. We have some salt and pepper and some sugar, and a hot cocoa. Then we have the biscuits, which I'll open up real quick so I can separate for breakfast, lunch, and dinner in the box. You can see it's got all of them. You have your cereal bars, your sugar, your sweet, and then basically your salty. Oh wait, there's more. So we have the heating kit, which we're going to get out to warm up our water and our mains. So we have the stove that we'll fold up. We got the fuel tabs, which you get 6, which is nice because you're going to need all those. We got some matches and toothpicks, both very nice touches. Again, trash bag. And then we have some water purification tabs. And this little silverware, which I'm not going to be using. The silverware you can just kind of click in the space, but it's very tiny. And you only get 1 for all this. It'd be hard to eat everything with that. This is a cool device. This actually is for holding the cans when you're cooking them so you're not burning yourself. So we'll fold that up and you can use that to take your cans on and off without hurting your hands. Stove folds up real nice and easy. Just fold up the sides, fold up the front and back, and you have little stands come out. Put your SBIT fired up, and you got a nice stove. It's actually a pretty nice sized garbage bag. I thought that was pretty cool. It's always important if you're going to pack out, you make sure you pack back in. Okay, for lunch I'm going to be having the beef salad. I'll try it cold first and then I'll warm it up because I think I'm going to like it better warmed up. I'm going to have 1 of each of the biscuits. We'll have the tuna, I believe it's pickled tuna. I'll have the soup. And then I have 2 fruit bars, or 1 energy bar, 1 fruit bar, a coffee. I'll have the Nutrient Survival Immune Boost drink, and we'll check all this stuff out. I'm going to bust out the red tip matches, see if I can get this lit. Alright, looks like we got it. Just one thing's nice is you break them apart, they actually catch pretty easy. Alright, got my soup water, coffee water, and everything just getting warmed up on the stove. Okay, let's try this beef salad cold. Just see how it tastes. Oh, that's not good. See, I wouldn't have been able to do this with that little small fork they gave you, but I got the tactical spork from Mentor Trading Company. I was able to just dig in there and open it up. Now, try not to cut myself. Let's go ahead and try a bite of this cold. It's beef salad. It basically tastes like cold beef stew, which you can eat it cold, and it's not bad, but I'd prefer to eat warm. Take this little metal piece they give you and fold the sides in, not that much, kind of equally. Then you can take it, hook it on the top, and you got basically a main holder. So I just gotta wait for my water to get warmed up and I'll throw it on the stove. Mix up the Nutrient Survival. Vitamin C is not enough. It's like a citrus orange immune boost. If you want to go down in the description down below, there is a link to Nutrient Survival. You can use my WC code and check out some of their products. Their focus is putting nutrients in the survival food, which I can agree with. So they sent me this to try out. I'm gonna put it in some cold water and mix it up. I also have a coffee that's got vitamins in it, and some other things. As far as all the foods, I think they're teas, but definitely worth a look. If you look at some of the things on there, it's got the selenium helps with boost of white blood cells, zinc helps fight viruses, vitamin A, C, and E helps protect, and it shows how much, you know, it has 0 calories, but 17 nutrients equal to all that. So, very cool product. I'm excited to taste it and see how it actually tastes. Okay, I got a heart water on. Make up the soup real quick. Not even sure what flavor it is, but we'll find out. And then we make up our coffee. It's really windy out again, I apologize, and getting pretty cold. It's about 37 degrees right now. So we're going to open up our tuna with pickle sauce. Let's see. Smells like tuna with pickles. So we'll definitely try that out. Got a little handle if we just leave that like that. Stir up our soup. Stuff I think it's supposed to thicken up, but I should have probably put the powder in first. Alright, let's go ahead and start trying these out. Open up the salted biscuits first. And try it out with some of this pickled tuna. Looks really good. Easy spread. See all the herbs in there? That's one of the better spreads I've had. It's exactly what it is. I mean, the tuna, it seems like you took like relish and mixed it with tuna fish. And it's fantastic. Higher quality though. Really nice flavor. Now, I'm going to try some of this soup. See what flavor it is. It thickened up, but I didn't really get all the chunks out of it. One thing about it being cold outside is you lose your heat on your food real quick. We got the main warmed up now, and we got the soup after I tried it. Very smooth, rich, mushroom creamy flavor. Really good. It thickened up really nice. Really nice on a cold day. Go ahead and try it, wash it down with the Nutrient Survival Orange. It's a lot like orange juice with vitamins enhanced. I mean, it's exactly what it is. It's actually not bad. Pretty refreshing. Go ahead and bust out one of these bars. I think this is a coffee bar. Let's give that a shot. Coffee bar was great. It was strong coffee flavor, and I actually just ate the whole thing. It was so good. Now I'm going to try the pate de fruits. Looks like a raspberry. Oh, these are my favorite. These are awesome. They're like a raspberry bar, and they have like a sugar coating. Let's go and try that out. That raspberry bar is fantastic. It tastes like fresh raspberries. Really, really nice. When you bite into it in that chewy center, and then the flavor just lingers. It's really nice. Now I'm going to try the warm beef salad. See how it changed. Oh yeah, I definitely like to eat it warm. It just enhances the flavor to me. All the potatoes and the beef chunks are really nice and hearty. Look at that. Just clean, very flavorful. You don't need any salt or pepper on this. Just excellent. Okay, I'm going to try some of this coffee. Coffee's a bit weak. Maybe I put too much water on it. For breakfast, I'll probably do less water. But I'm going to take some of the biscuits and dip them in. And try that out. Overall, really good lunch. Everything paired together really well. With these 24-hour ration packs, you can mix and match as you go. But I'm going to go ahead and finish this up and start working on the disco bed, bunk bed. All right, it's time to get this thing together. So it is the disco bed XL combo kit. I have the instructions right here. It says to assemble the round end frame first. This is the straight. It comes with 2 pieces. This is the straight end frame, so I'll get this out of the way. And then we'll assemble the round end frame, which is the bottom piece. And then we'll go from there. All right, this is the round end frame. We'll go ahead and open that up in a second. Now this kit did also come with foot pads and extensions, which don't come with all of them. So the link will be down below if you want to check these out. I'm hoping they work pretty good, and let's get this thing together. Alright, so we got the bottom level put together. These beds are rated for 300 pounds per bed. And then this is just the base, and then we build from there. And the top portion can either be a bunk bed or a couch. But I'm really liking them so far. I like the mat, how it's kind of, you know, when you lean on it, it kind of absorbs like a cushion. I bet this is going to be really comfortable to sleep on tonight. But overall, working out pretty good. Sorry about the lighting and the angles. It is kind of hard to build this in a confined space, but we got to get it done. Now these also come with the option to stand alone. So I took the foot pegs out of this one, and I'm actually put the extender in, because I know I want it to be a little bit bigger than it started as. So I put the extensions in, and then this is how you seat it against the roller in the bottom. This has got like a rounded edge right here. It comes with these safety straps that actually affix to this bar, and it actually holds them together. So in case something comes apart, at least they're not falling. So it's like a little security strap. You just put them on there like this, and then you just tighten them up. And it holds like a backup. Alright, this is the couch version. I wanted to do it before I set up the bed because it's already kind of apart at this point. But all you do is lock in the top, one side, and then you take the other side and you lock it down here, and you got yourself a couch, and it's really comfortable. So that's pretty awesome. I got the top portion on. It was easy. I just snapped it into the circular holes, inlets, and snapped them down. And it's a little bit wobbly, but it's holding me on the top bunk no problem. And I'll probably be using the top bunk for storage and setup and whatnot, but definitely gives me room for more activities. So that's pretty awesome. But overall, this thing is really quick and easy to set up and take down if you need to. The one thing that I will say is a little bit bulky. It's a little bit heavy. Together, they're about 70 pounds. So it made for a nice trip, but if I keep them in here, then I ain't got to worry about it. A couple more things I need to do. I do have the foot pads that I'll be putting on the bottom. They're just for more support. Hopefully it would, maybe eliminate some of the wobbliness. And then it does come with these organizers that I will say are pretty awesome. So they're Velcro, and they have a zipper pocket, they have a mesh pocket, a water bottle holder, another zipper holder, and then like a little pouch. And all you do is just Velcro them right to these spots right here. And you have additional storage for both shelves. So yeah, the top shelf has one, and the bottom shelf has one too. So that is pretty awesome. Like if you had something, all your storage, all your stuff, you just put it right here, and it's out of the way. Show as much as I can as far as a full view. There's top bunk. Come down here to lower bunk, and it's all set up. And it, like I said, it leaves quite a bit of room between the fireplace. So it fits pretty good in my opinion. I also like that there's, like I said, with the extension, it's not too close. So I have quite a bit of room on the bottom bunk still. But now this bed's put together, it's dinner time. Let me go ahead and get a fire going so I can cook dinner on the wood stove. I'll make it from the RCIR. But I want to show some cubbies that I made kind of accidentally when I set up the tarp and pulled it inwards. So I got my case for my bunk bed 1, extra tarp, deer skins, some AFRs from Minotaur Trading Company just in case. And then I have empty cubby, and then extra tarp, and another the other bunk bed cot case. But they work for great storage up there. Okay, tonight how we're going to start a fire, we're going to be using the Dub-C Fire Starter Kit. You can find these on dubcstore.com. You can see the link down in the description and use Dub15 to get 15% off your first order. These are emergency fire starter kits. They're airtight, waterproof, so you necessarily wouldn't want to use them like casually, but you want to keep them in anywhere, and they will be there as far as vehicles, in your EDC kits, be ready to go. So, like I said, they got a nice vacuum seal on them. See, open them up and see what we got. So it's got a vacuum seal. We pop it out, and there's a nice tin. In the tin, you have a ferro rod, some jute twine, pack of matches, an alcohol pad. Now, a lot of people don't think about alcohol pads, but they're extremely easy to catch on fire, especially with some sparks. So they make a good fire starter. And then burn gel in case you burn yourself. And there's 10 foot of fire cord, 550 fire cord in here. Now, there's many things you can do with this case and 10, such as you can make your char cloth. There's also a Fresno lens in here. And on a sunny day, you can use this to make a fire using the lens, or it also makes a good signal. This case uses as a good signal mirror. So there's multiple uses for all this stuff. And then, like I said, 10 foot of paracord, or 550 fire cord, is, you know, there's unlimited uses for this cord. But what I mean by fire cord, there's actually fire starter inside it. So we'll pull some of that out and we'll actually start a fire with it. And then, like, show some of the other things as far as the jute twine and other uses. But this is what's in the Dub-C Fire Starter Kit. If you need to start a fire, you can definitely do it with the stuff provided. And I said, waterproof, so it gets rained or if there's a storm, hurricane, it's going to be good because it's sealed up. Okay, example number 1. Get that jute twine, cut a little piece off, and just process it. What I mean by process it, you want to get it fine, rip it apart, get it all the little fuzzies going. And once you get the little fuzzies going, you actually can throw a spark on it and get a real easy fire. But you want to just keep, you know, you can even take it, rub your hands together on it, and just kind of just keep working it apart. Once you get it nice and thinned out, it ignites real easy. Once you get the jute twine all processed, you just throw some sparks on it. So that's fire option number 1. Of course, you got your standard matches. And I just threw the alcohol pad down there as a quick. So boom, that's your second option. And it actually burns for quite some time. Alright, the fire cord I've shown before, but I'll just do it again. Quick demonstration. It's kind of the same thing as the jute twine. You're going to pull it out of the cord, you're going to cut it, and then you got to process it. And you got like 10 foot of this fire cord, and that's quite a bit. Like I said, you can use it for cord until you need a fire, and then you just pop it out. Once you process it, you just throw a spark on. This is when we want to get our fire going, so I put some kindling in there, some tinder. It's time for dinner. We got the fire going, so we're going to have the pork cheek raviolis. We're going to warm that up on the wood stove. Get some hot water going for some tea. I'll use probably eat all the biscuits, test those out. I'll be drinking the isotonic sports drink, lemon lime mint. We got a apricot bar, and then I believe it's a milk dessert. I'm actually using my top bunk as the dinner table. We'll see how that works. But let's go ahead and open this pork cheek ravioli and see what it looks like. Second one, I kind of lost both those. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. And use the knife again, but that's what it looks like. Not cooked. Definitely want to cook it. Go ahead and mix the mixed drink. 500 milliliters of water. Never had the lemon lime mint before. It sounds pretty interesting. We got our apricot bar. And I got my water in the main cooking on the wood stove behind me. Let's go ahead and take a look at this. Hopefully I don't pop the top off like I did the other one. Okay, it looks like a milk and rice type deal. It looks really interesting. Go ahead and get our cereal bars out. Like a breakfast bar. Looks like they give you a set of 3, like 1 per lunch and dinner. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Got a nice fire going. Main and the hot water is almost warmed up. Go ahead and make up this tea real quick. And I like my tea with sugar, but we'll go ahead and get all ready to go. Hot water's ready. Let that sit. Oh. Okay, the tea's done. We're going to add our sugar. Let's go ahead and add 2 packs. Start trying some stuff out. I'll try the apricot energy bar first. Go ahead and break it in half. It's like an apricot peach, but let's try it out. Just get a natural peach flavor from that. It tastes really good. I'm going to go ahead and try one of these cereal crackers. These seem to be like lightly sweetened, almost like a graham cracker. I'm going to go ahead and wash it down with this tea. Tea is nice and bold, very smooth flavor, and then adding the sugar just really amped it up. Go ahead and try our dessert first while our main's finishing up. Rice, dessert, let's give it a shot. Wow, that was fantastic. Got like a rice pudding, super creamy, super smooth, and just amazing. The main is done. Let's go ahead and get that off. All right, this is the main. Pork cheek ravioli. I can't hold it. It's piping hot. Looks like pieces of ravioli, and actually the pork cheek is right here. All right, we'll go ahead and give it a shot. While the meat has a nice distinct flavor, the ravioli is pretty bland and definitely needs a kick, so we're going to throw some of this pepper on there. Probably both packets, because it's almost like a buttery noodle flavor, so hopefully this pepper helps it out. Try that. The pepper is a huge improvement. Go ahead and wash it down with the isotonic sports drink. Not being a huge fan of mint, I didn't think I would like this, but it's actually quite refreshing. It mixed up really well. It's very light lemon lime flavor and quenches my thirst. Really good. So we're going to bust out one of these crackers. Try the main with the pepper and the meat, because that was a huge improvement. But these biscuits, they work out great. Now that's awesome. Taking the biscuit, mix in there, but we're going to get our dessert megabyte on, because we got the perfect setup. I've done it before in a French ration. I think it was like a training ration. But we're going to take the like rice pudding. We're going to put this apricot in there. Look at that. I thought the last megabyte I did, dessert megabyte with the French ration I did, was awesome. That's great, because the peach actually enhances this flavor. And on the biscuit, it just carries it across, where it actually makes it like a milk and peach and cream type deal of dessert. Fantastic. This is a great dinner. I'm going to go ahead and finish this up. Got a real nice fire going. It is nice and toasty in the shelter. Going to sleep good tonight. Just enjoying the fire. I'll tell you right now, this bunk bed cot is a game changer. It's extremely comfortable to lay on. Having the storage shelf or additional bed is so awesome. It gives me so much more room and shelter. When I have stuff like my backpack, I can just throw it all up top, and then I can eat off it like a table. I can do projects on it. It's working out really good. And then having the storage, I have the storage on both beds as far as the side pockets. It's a huge improvement so far. So it's about bedtime. Gonna turn in, and then see how comfortable it is to sleep on. But it's got to be better than the ground. It's morning time. I slept awesome on the disco bed, bunk bed set. I didn't even need a pad on the cot section. Maybe when it gets a little bit colder, but I do have the Teton negative 25 degree sleeping bag, which is kind of too much when I got the wood stove going. But in case the wood stove goes out, it'll keep me warm. It's about 32 degrees Fahrenheit. Got a nice wood stove fire going right now. Drinking my coffee. But yeah, I just gotta wait for that winter, that snow to hit. I got a lot more wood to cut, so got a little bit of time to do that today. And then I'm thinking about taking that French RCIR breakfast portion, a nice little hike to review the last bit of that. But been an awesome weekend. Found a really nice spot to eat breakfast. It is very windy, cold, and overcast. So I apologize for that. But it's time to get breakfast started up. We're going to be using basically a fruit muesli. Got the chocolate bar, the sugar biscuits, some breakfast biscuits. Got my matches so I can start my stove. I'm going to mix the coffee with the hot cocoa, and then I'm going to have the plum jam on the biscuits, and then the fruit bar. I got my Esbit stove over there going, hoping it will be able to boil the water I need for the coffee and the muesli. This is very windy out, but I'm going to go ahead and put a cover on it. While the water's warming up, we're going to bust everything open. So we got the chocolate. It's got a slight bloom to it. Actually, it seems to be kept its shape pretty good. We have the sugar biscuits, or chocolate infused. Got an awesome megabyte in mind when I seen that fruit muesli. And then the biscuits actually held up pretty good for the most part. This one's starting to fall apart. This is the cereal biscuits. They're really good with the hot cocoa and coffee. Hot mocha. And we got the nougat bar. Heard when they go bad, after time, these are one of the first things to go. But I'm not sure. Always look pretty interesting though. We're going to try some of this plum jam on the cereal biscuit. Jam looks fantastic. Nice and smooth. Let's give it a shot. This jam has always impressed me, this brand. I believe it's Andros. Regardless of what flavor, it's a plum. I've seen strawberry, apricot. Just really natural base flavor. Goes perfect on the cereal biscuit. Go ahead and try this nougat bar out. And break it. Nougat bar has such a depth and flavor. It's like a milk and fruit. It's very, very interesting. I love the chunks of fruit in it. And then, like I said, the textures, again, you bite into it, it's like chewy toffee, but more of a breakfast. It's really good. We're going to try this piece of chocolate by itself. Even though it's slightly bloomed, the 60% chocolate tastes perfectly fine. I actually prefer this. This is a really good brand. And the flavor is really like a dark chocolate. If you don't like dark chocolate, you're not going to like this. Well, it's not raining out, but it is now snowing. We've got a very light snow going on. So I'm going to go ahead and mix up my coffee, get it ready. I was just asking for snow, and look at that. So I got all my cocoa and my coffee mixed up. I doubled the water, so I have enough water for this by itself and enough water for this. Because if you don't, then it gets too rich, or it just doesn't blend well. The stove worked actually pretty good. I didn't think it was going to get the water that hot. Got about 12 ounces here for the cocoa, and then we have 125 milliliters for the muesli. All right, this is the mixed muesli. Has all the English languages in the back.
So it looks like it's a fruit muesli with strawberries, cranberries, and raspberries. Kind of rippled from the top. Lots of awesome looking berries. We'll add the 125 milliliters of hot water. And that's it. One thing is rough about mixing this up, there's no Ziploc at the top, so you can't seal it and shake it. So you really just have to really make sure you stir up the bottom really well. This hot mochaccino is going to taste awesome. Let's give it a shot. Perfect blend of coffee and cocoa. Really go really well together. Not too sweet, and that's what I love about the French cocos. They're not like overly sweet. They're really nice cocoa flavor, and that's what it's all about. Looks like our muesli's ready to go. And give that a shot. The cranberry and raspberry kind of overpower everything as far as flavor, but you know, it's just your natural muesli with milk, grains. There's a seed right there. Pretty good. Like I said, a little bit too I would need SCM or something to sweeten it up, but instead I'll just get a megabyte going on. So I'm gonna throw some chocolate in there because I love like chocolate strawberries, and I'm gonna crunch one of these sugar biscuits up. We're going for the breakfast megabyte with the sugar biscuits and the chocolate. Now that's how you do it. That is amazing. The biscuits give it that crunch. It's really nice. The chocolate gives it the sweet, and it was a little bit sour before, so it just kind of balanced it all out. Perfect breakfast megabyte. This is a great breakfast. I'm gonna go ahead and finish it up before it gets cold, then I'm gonna head back to shelter for final thoughts.
Here comes the snow.
So final thoughts on this weekend's overnight, plus some of the gear I reviewed. We'll start off with the disco bed. Every time I say disco bed, it's like a dancing and party. Although it's fit for the party shelter, it's disco bed because of the design of the bed. So it's got disc on the sides for easy snapping in and snapping out. I give this thing a 10 out of 10. I want to get more data on the durability, but right now, I can tell you firsthand, setup was easy, takedown is easy, changing from bunk bed to couch is easy. You can take off the top, so you can have two cots, you can have a couch, or you can have bunk beds. Versatility is what I'm all about, and this thing is awesome. So the next thing, durability, I have to give more time on as far as understanding, you know, longevity, how long I use. It will be linked down below, and I always update progress on items if, you know, how they fare after a certain while. The link is going to be in a Google document along with all the other ones, so if you click on that, all the items will be listed out. So if you see something you like when I'm using out here, Outdoor Adventures, you can click on that and pick it up, you know, from Amazon or wherever I get it. Next item I got is Nutrient Survival Immune Booster. Now, pretty important to have your immune system top notch nowadays, especially around cold and flu season. So it looks like Nutrient Survival put something out there to help you out with that. This is basically an orange drink that has nutrients added to it, which is great. I mean, you have vitamin A, C, and E, you have zinc, you have selenium. All that stuff's important nowadays. You want to make sure and just, you know, if you go and check out the site, they have a lot of other products as well as far as nutrient-dense foods. So it's not just survival, it's survival with nutrients in it, and that's pretty important. I take vitamins every day, and it might be something you want to check out. So the link will be down below. Dub C for $10 off your entire order. Next thing we got is a Dub C fire starter kit. Now, I was able to start fires multiple ways and multiple uses. So I'm definitely going to pick up another one of these, put it out in the shelter, and just let it sit in case I need it. And I would recommend anybody else that wants a, you know, emergency kit, you want to be able to start a fire and you want to have access to do it, you can pick this up at Dub C Store. Not only is there a fire kit, there's a water purification kit, a survival kit, and then a first aid kit. All those kits can be bought. They're all vacuum sealed in a Mylar bag, so they're waterproof until you need them. You pop them open and you got it. That's there in case you need it. Dub C Store also has snacks and drinks, as well as 2 breakfast MREs, and I'm working on more. So the more support, the more menus I can make, and the more products I can make. And then finally, we have the French RCIR provided by JackOfTrades. His link will be down below. You can't go wrong with French RCIR. The menus are fantastic. It feels like I'm eating like at a restaurant when I'm out here eating in the woods or in my shelter. I mean, pork cheek ravioli. That's awesome. I mean, the flavor is really good. I actually had the pepper to the ravioli, and it amped it up perfectly. I love the breakfast megabyte. Lunch, that cold beef stew, or it's called beef salad, or you can eat it hot. Worked out great. The one thing I will say about French RCIR is a little bit harder to, use outside, but not impossible. It has a stove, and I always like to have 2 heat sources so I can heat up my coffee or hot water for tea and my main, and not wait for either one. But you got to do what you got to do. But thanks again, JackOfTrades. Appreciate it. It was an awesome meal to have out in the overnight. It's starting to snow, as you can probably hear on the tarp. So we got our first set of snow. I asked for it, and actually we got a little bit during the breakfast review, so it was pretty awesome. But I'm having a blast out here, learning more stuff every day. Now I got to get back to chopping wood. So thanks for watching. Have a great day.